What up, everybody? In this episode, I sit down with Jasmine Carson. She's a graduate transfer from West Virginia. She played on the LSU women's lady basketball team that just won the national championship, and she was a rock star in the first half. So we sit down, we talk a little bit about her journey. We talk about, in that moment, how she stepped up and she went from being a starter into a role player, but playing a critical role in that national championship game, especially when Angel went down. Overall, great episode. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Up and In Show. I am here at Cards and Culture on the purple couch, joined with a special guest, Jasmine Carson. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
I know your time is limited right now because you are a very popular person. So
yeah.
You guys just fresh off your national championship win. I'm sure everybody's calling you, trying to get you to come to places and do some stuff. So gotta be crazy for you right now.
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a real feeling. I couldn't have wanted it to end any better way than being a national champion.
Yeah,
my senior year.
That's how you draw it up. I'm excited to dive into your story a little bit. You're a graduate transfer. You played at West Virginia from Memphis, Tennessee. So there's a bunch of things I want to get into in your background, but why don't you start us off and give me a quick 1-minute rundown of who you are a little bit. I always like to let the guests kind of introduce themselves.
Yeah, so I'm Jasmine. I'm very humble, soft-spoken. I'm not like the loud type. I'm from Memphis. I was born and raised in Memphis. I went from kindergarten to 11th grade, and then I moved to Georgia my senior year of high school. So then I graduated in Georgia. I committed to Georgia Tech.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, my freshman year, my coach got fired who recruited me. So I was like, okay, let me stay another year, see how it is if I like the new coach.
Yeah.
So I stayed. I was there for 2 years at Georgia Tech, but I always had in my mind that I wanted more. Like, I want to be on the winning team. I just always wanted more for myself. I wasn't complacent. So then I transferred to West Virginia. I was there for 2 years. We made it to the NCAA tournament my junior year, but we got beat by Georgia Tech the second round by my team. Yeah,
that's cold.
Yeah. So I still decided to stay. So I was there for 2 years. I still always in the back of my mind I wanted more. So. Coach Mulkey, she ended up coming to LSU. I saw what they did. I saw what she did and the team did in her first year here. And I was like, I want to play under Coach Mulkey. Yeah. And I always been a fan of her when she was at Baylor, Brenda Griner, Odyssey Sims. She just was a Hall of Famer coach, and I always wanted to play for her. So I came to LSU, and I just had a great year being here at LSU.
Yeah, I don't think it could have won any better, I would imagine, this year, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that you played at Georgia Tech, too. So you have some real perspective of college basketball going from Georgia Tech to West Virginia, transferring, doing all that stuff.
Exactly.
So by the time you transferred here, you were kind of pro at it. They're like, damn, I know what this is about.
Exactly. And I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew how to handle different things. So yeah, I'm glad I chose LSU.
Yeah, me too. I know a lot of Tiger fans are, too. So talk to me a little bit about growing up real quick, just kind of your background. Was basketball, you have brothers, sisters, family members. Like, how did basketball start for you?
Yeah, so I actually have a picture I'm going to post then and now. When I was like probably 3 years old, I had a basketball.
Let's go.
Yeah, everybody came to show and tell. Well, not show and tell. It was like a career day.
Yeah.
And we had to dress up on what we wanted to be when we grew up. So everybody was dressing as doctors, firefighters, all of this. And I was the little girl with the jersey on with a basketball, smiling in the picture. So I was just born to play basketball. I just always loved basketball.
Yeah.
I have a younger sister. She's playing basketball because of me. I'm her role model. I have, my mom, Felicia Carson, Brian Carson, my granny. My granny is in politics. She's a vice president at Memphis Light, Gas, and Water.
That's dope.
My dad is an entrepreneur, the short-term rentals. My mom works at Morehouse. So I have a great family support system.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, I always loved basketball. I've been playing basketball since I was, like, 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
When you were young, like 3 years old, like that or whatever, for the picture, who was a basketball player that you looked up to? You have somebody?
I didn't
no?
even.
You just love the game.
Yeah, I just like basketball.
I
didn't
That's
even.
dope.
I
Yeah.
never probably ever watched basketball or nothing. I just was like, I want to play basketball. I like basketball.
Like this little bouncy thing goes in the basket. Let's go.
Yeah. So.
That's dope. I love it. Oh man, that's cool. All right, cool. But was anybody else in your family an athlete?
Oh yeah, Barry. His name Barry Brunetti. He's
Okay.
my cousin. He
Nice.
was a quarterback at Ole Miss, and he
Very cool.
went to West Virginia as well.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, that's dope. All right, so talk me through this process. You go, Georgia Tech, transfer to West Virginia. How does Mulkey reach out to you? Do you reach out to places that you want to go for your graduate year? How's that work?
Yeah, so I entered the transfer portal early when I was in West Virginia. It was my senior year because this is my COVID year. So
Yeah.
yeah, my senior year, I entered in like December. So that's real early, and it was just faith.
Yeah.
It was just a step of faith. I didn't know where I was going. I wasn't talking to no
threw it out
college
there.
coaches. I just one day said, I can't do this. I packed my bags and I entered the transfer portal. And then like 30 minutes when I entered, LSU called.
No way.
Yeah, and the coach that called is she left. She went to UCF. She's a head coach at UCF now.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, she recruited me here, told Coach Mulkey about me, and that's how it all got started.
That's awesome. All right, give me your first takes of LSU, Louisiana. What you think? Was it a culture shock? I'm from Jersey originally when I grew up. So when I got down here, I was like, this is a lot different. So was it like that for you?
Yeah, so being in Georgia and then going to West Virginia was cold. I didn't like it. Wasn't really nothing much to do.
Yeah.
So when I first got into Baton Rouge, the food, New Orleans, Bourbon Street.
Nice. You felt more at home?
Yeah, I felt more
let's
at
go.
home. And LSU, the school is just, football,
Yep.
Death Valley. It's just I really like the experience. I wish I had more years, but it has been the best of my college career. Yeah. I like the people, the fans that really support you. It's just been great.
It's different. It really is. I mean, I tell people that all the time. I came here from New Jersey. I played 3 years of baseball here, was fortunate enough to win the national championship, so that plays a role in it. But I went and played Major League Baseball. I played in Korea. I played all over the place. And I still say the fans are the best here. It's just different. Like, they love sports here. They love you. You're part of the community. I don't know. It's just different. So I always like to hear people's perspective if they've been at different schools and stuff too. I mean, like I said, I grew up in Jersey, 17 years, and now I've lived here for 16. So I feel like that's saying something because the people, it's just a different vibe than where I grew up and stuff. So really cool. I wish you had some more years here too,
I
but
know.
you definitely made the most
back.
of it.
Yeah, I definitely be back.
Yeah.
Watch some games.
Good. All right. Well, let's dive into your guys' run. Your season was absolutely amazing. I've been kind of following you guys. I've been a Kim Mulkey fan. Like I said, I played baseball, so I know Kramer, her son. I've been, ever since she's been hired, I've been a huge fan. Gone to a lot of games last year, this year. I think one of the biggest things I want to talk to you about is your ability to show up in that championship game, right? You've been a starter the whole year, and then to start the NCAA tournament coming off the bench and embracing your role, and then showing out at the last game and doing what you did in that first half. Talk to me about that mindset that you can keep yourself grounded enough, humble enough. You kind of opened up with that you're a humble, soft-spoken person. That leadership. Talk to me about that moment.
Yeah, I don't know if many people can do what I did because, a lot of people look at starting as a big deal, I came in here, I wanted to start. That was something I said, like, I'm working to start.
Yeah.
And I realized, like, starting, it really doesn't matter, and I'm being an inspiration to young kids. Like, even if the coach has you coming off the bench, you still can make an impact in the game. So in this tournament, I wasn't starting, but I wasn't playing good either. So I always, my support system always was in my ear saying, you got this. Like, God got you. Just, keep your head up and keep working. Keep having the confidence that you've been having. And I showed up big in that game just because of my work ethic. I never gave up on myself and just taking advantage of my opportunity.
That's what it's about. When you have your opportunity, making the most of it. And I had Joe on earlier today, your coach, Joe Schwartz, and that's what he was talking about. He was like, props to you that you were out there shooting the night, the day before. He was, shoot around the day of. He was even saying the senior huddle. He was like, he kind of saw you, and he was like, there was this different look in her eye of like motivation, chip on her shoulder, inspiration. I don't know. He was like, I don't know what it was. But then she came out there and just balled out, right? So I think you're right. I think one of the biggest things that I said when I was watching you just drain every freaking shot in that first half, I'm like, dude, just the mindset to have of like not pouting, not being negative, not bringing your teammates down, right? Like, because I played on a lot of teams. I'm sure you have too. There's been people that do that shit. Yeah. So it's for you not to do that, then to have the performance that you had, Absolutely crazy. So tip of the cap to you. I mean, as a Tiger fan, as somebody that loves sports, it was an outstanding performance, and I appreciate greatness so much. So that was epic, and I don't think something that Tiger fans will ever forget too.
Yeah.
Your name's going to be ingrained forever with LSU basketball history, men's and women's. You know what I'm saying? You guys won the first championship. That's dope. Let's talk about that first half, because I think people that are listening to the show, you know, are either athletes, coaches, or aspiring athletes and stuff like that. That's the moment of flow, right? You're in the zone, whatever you want to call it. What's going through your mind in that first half after you drain a few shots and you're like, oh shit, I got it today?
Yeah, I was really in the moment. It was just like, I wasn't keeping track of how many points I had, how many threes I had. I was just living in the moment. And every shot that I knocked down, you know, I could just feel, you know, all the triumphs I had to overcome to be in that particular moment, like being at Georgia Tech, being at West Virginia. So when I had made that deep 3 and then I had bowed my fists out and I had my head down, like all the emotions started to come out, because I could feel all the stuff that I went through, and to finally have that moment, it just meant everything.
I get like emotional hearing that, or like, you know, just like whether it's chills, tears, right, all that stuff, because I think I say to people all the time, I had a lot of injuries in my career. I had ups and downs, adversity. When you're going through shit, when you're having a bad moment, it's really hard to have perspective to be like, I'm going through this for a reason. Yeah. And you just said it. When you put your hands down and you felt, I got chills right now just thinking about that. Yeah. That's when you probably realized all that shit was worth it. And I had to go through all that shit for this moment right now, for myself, for the people I'm inspiring, my family, my support, my team, my whatever, right? So to have that moment, I don't know, how old are you?
22.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. And to have that realization in the moment is nuts. Yeah. So props to you. As a former athlete, somebody that appreciates greatness, the ability to do that and not be negative, you know, is crazy. So it's amazing. And I love sharing this moment with you, because that's dope.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So one of the things I was watching, I literally watched like every second of the game. Yeah. And I watched almost all your guys' games in the tournament, minute for minute. Angel said, you know, in her post-game interview, she was like, even when I went to the bench, she was like, how about that first half? Right? She was talking about that. How much of a role did that play in you guys playing well when her and Flau'jae had to go to the bench in foul trouble?
Yeah, it meant a lot, because, I mean, if we didn't have the impact that we had in that first half, I mean, we could have got in trouble with Clark and the others.
Real quick.
Yeah, so I think Poa and Samaya, they stepped up. You know, Poa took charges. Samaya had rebounds and putbacks. So I think it was really vital. Like, that could have changed the whole game.
100%. Yeah. And you know basketball, right? Like, so I was telling people, I have a group chat with a bunch of my baseball friends, and we were in there talking. I'm like, yo, Caitlin's not controlling this game. LSU has looked like, if our bench comes in and does all those things that you just talked about, playing defense, getting second chance opportunities, taking charges, draining threes when the opportunity presents itself, that's controlling the game. And that to me is like the biggest thing. When you have a team like that has Caitlin Clark that can go on a run like this, we saw it in the beginning of the third quarter, right? Like, they have that ability to score 12 in a minute and 30. Yeah. For you guys to be able to not, and that's what Joe said too, right? Mulkey always said, when you come out the bench, you don't have to contribute like crazy. I mean, you did, and it wound up helping, right? But the main thing is don't hurt. And so for the fact that you had people step up was crazy. And I think it stems from just the leadership as a whole on the team, right? It was like, hey, our two best players, or two of our main players are down right now. Somebody's got to step up. And that's what makes great teams.
Yeah, it does. And then all year, you know, people were saying like about depth and stuff, and how South Carolina, you know, can start their second unit. I feel like, you know, our whole team was talented from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that Samaya, myself, and Paul really helped get the win.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what makes, I mean, shit, it's so hard to win a national championship, win 5 games in a tournament, right? Like, you need that stuff. Yeah. Like, those moments need to happen. They need to have players like you step up and drop 22 or in a half or whatever it was. That's crazy. And like, when we played our game, when we won our national championship, there's so many little things have to fall into place for that ultimate championship to be won, you know? So, and it takes a whole body of work. The whole, Joe and I were talking about the journey, where you guys started, and it's little things like we talk about getting graduate transfers to come in and buy into the program and step up in those moments too. So I always like to ask too, what's something, it might be a hard question, but there's a lot of stuff going on after the game with media and stories and people, right, spewing things and the media putting spin on things. What's something that maybe we don't see as common fans that the media puts out there, right, that you guys have behind closed doors? Is there anything that you can think of? Like, for example, Joe told me when you guys went to the Final Four and Angel was pointing at everybody and they drew the ring on the finger, right? That was because there was a coach that
drew,
right?
Yeah.
So little things like that, right? You just see it on TV, a girl pointing and they're like, look, she's taunting, she's cocky, she's this, she's that. I loved it no matter what, because I think Angel was who she was from day one, no matter what. It wasn't like she was putting this show on for the cameras or anything. But you still have this vision, right? And you don't know that it stems from a behind-the-doors meeting of a coach motivating and inspiring his players. So is there anything like that that maybe people didn't know about?
Yeah, I mean, you can't – when we play, it's just a lot of passion. So, like, just like you said, you know, Angel was pointing at the ring, but people didn't know, like, our coach drew rings on each one of our fingers. So I think the people see stuff and then they run with it. Yeah. And then another thing, our coach gets a lot of, like, negative comments. And they just think she's just a horrible person because of how real she is. She says what she feels.
You're talking about Mulkey?
Yeah, Coach Mulkey. Yeah. And I mean, she's one of the best coaches I've had, you know, in my college career, and she gets a lot of hate just for no reason. Yeah. So yeah,
I hate that. What do you think makes her a great coach? That's one of the things. Like, you've played for her for a whole year now. You've played under a couple other college coaches. Yeah. What is it about her?
How she approaches practice, the film sessions, like everything that she does. The end goal is to win. So, you know, preparation. You know, I never had a coach take our phones before practice. Like, that's a different kind of focus you have to have.
Yes. I heard she takes them at night too, right? When
before the game too.
Oh my God.
So, like, no coaches have ever done that. Like, you just have to be completely locked in, focused, know what you're doing. I just think it's the discipline she instills in us, and she pushes us every day in practice. Whether it's getting on us, and she doesn't just get on people that doesn't play. She gets on just everybody. Yeah. So I think that's what make her the kind of coach she is.
I remember I asked Autumn Newby that last year. Like, she came on my podcast, and I was like, so what is it? Because I always, again, I like getting people that have transferred, have different perspectives, a little older in their career, you know, because when you just show up as a freshman, sometimes you don't have life experience. You're just like, this is amazing, right? Yeah. So anyway, Autumn kind of brought that up last year of, like, she just gets the best out of you. She figures out what you're good at. She can pull it out of you. She motivates you and inspires you in different ways. And I'm like, so I would just always like to hear people's perspective of, like, what makes her a great coach. Yeah. That's awesome. All right, so let's talk about the national championship. You guys win. What's the first thing that's running through your mind when the confetti's rolling down?
When the confetti rolling down, I'm like, where my family at?
I love that.
I pointed at them as soon as the buzzer hit, because it meant a lot, you know, because everybody's journey is different. Yes. So that was the first thing that was running through my mind, and I was just shocked. I was just like, oh my gosh, like, we just won a national championship. Nobody expected it. I didn't even expect it. You know, I came here wanting to win a championship, but, like, when it actually happens, it's like, wow, I can't even believe it. So when the confetti was going down, I was just lost for words. I had happy tears, and then I was just,
your family got to go on the court with you and everything?
Yeah, well, we only had to have one person from our family come. So yeah, my mom was on the court with me. And yeah, it just meant a lot.
I can't imagine. You guys got pictures and everything and did all that stuff with your mom?
Yeah, she was live. It was amazing.
Yeah. Oh man. What about I don't know if you can tell us, but what did you guys do that night? Did you guys stay in Dallas, come back here?
We stayed in Dallas.
Okay.
We celebrated in
Let's
Dallas.
Go.
Yeah, we celebrated
I love
in
that.
Dallas.
Sleep or no sleep?
No sleep.
No sleep. That's the only way to celebrate. Let's go.
No sleep.
I love that. I remember when we won our championship, we all went out. We had this, so it was weird because, like, the World Series in baseball is in the same city every year. Yeah. So, like,
where was it?
Omaha, Nebraska. Okay. It's the middle of nowhere, literally. but it's cool because like it's a tradition every year. So like a lot of fans and locals there look forward to certain teams coming. And since LSU's been there a bunch, you know, we travel well. They love LSU. Anyway, over time, there's been a bar that LSU fans go to regularly, right? So they shut that bar down, and we stayed there till 4 a.m., you know, like doing whatever, having a good time. And I think our bus was at like 7 a.m. the next morning or something like that.
Yeah, our bus came in like 9.
Still out, just rolling right to the bus.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's the best part, though. That's what you're supposed to do. Yep. What about when you guys got back here? What was it like? Were there fans waiting? Did you guys get off the bus and roll into that? How'd it go?
Yep. As soon as we touched down, we were on the bus driving, and you know, fans was waving at us, waiting for us to go to the PMAC.
Yeah.
It was just great. I just like all the support that we get, and yeah, we were signing autographs, taking pictures. They just really embrace women's basketball, and women's basketball is on the rise. So
hell yeah.
I love to see that. And LSU is on the map. Like no other college is beating LSU in social media.
No shot.
Just nothing right now. So
nothing.
It's great.
That's so awesome. I love that. You want to hear a funny story about? So when we won our game, we go out that night. We roll to the bus. Bus goes to the airport. We're on the plane, right? And my coach, we didn't know what we were rolling back to in Baton Rouge, right? I finally fall asleep on the plane. I'm passed out, hungover as shit. Coach Maneri comes and taps me on the shoulder and wakes me up. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, coach? And he's like, hey, so I need you to do me a big favor. And I was like, yeah, whatever you need, you know? And he's like, all right, when we get back, we're going to have a big thing at the stadium. There's going to be a ton of fans there. We're going to have a podium. And he's like, and I need a representative from each class to go up there and speak and thank the crowd and like talk for a couple minutes. He was like, are you up for it? And I was like, in my head, I'm like, hell no, coach, what's wrong with you, right? Yeah. And so I'm looking at him, I'm like, yeah, coach, I'll do it. And I just passed back down. We pulled out, there's 10,000 people there. Yeah, just waiting, dude. It was absolutely nuts. I literally don't even remember because I was probably hungover. Yeah. And I don't remember what I said, but I talked up there for like 2 minutes in front of everybody representing the sophomore class. It was absolutely nuts. So I didn't know if you guys had anything wild like that. Where you had
I wonder how the parade is today at 6:30. So I wonder how many people are gonna be out. So
it's gonna be stupid.
Yeah, I hope
it's gonna be a movie.
I hope I'm going live. I can't wait.
Are you?
Yeah.
Let's go. So what's your guys' plan on that? Because I heard Joe was kind of saying you guys go around the campus on a float or something or whatever. And then end up at the PMAC, and then
I think so.
I guarantee you guys are gonna have somebody on the mic. Somebody's gonna talk to the crowd.
I know,
Just be ready in case Smokey hands you the mic.
I know.
You better be ready. She might make you represent the senior class. Because Alexis she's not a very vocal person.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Yeah, I could see it.
I think I don't know.
What, you think you know her better than me, obviously.
She could be. She have her moments.
She does, yeah. All right, so give me your comments on the Angel Caitlin thing. I mean, obviously, I feel like I have to ask about it, but what are your thoughts on that?
I think a lot of it is taken out of context. Angel's Angel. She's gonna do what she does. She's known for, being energetic, being passionate.
She was the same person all year too.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the media plays a big part of it. I don't really see a problem with what, my teammate did, Angel. Caitlin Clark didn't see a problem with it.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the people that have a problem with it just want to have a problem. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're looking for reasons to hate on something, you know what I'm saying? And just not enjoying the moment.
Yeah, people been hating on LSU since the beginning of the season. So
shit, people were hating on her when she licked her fingers and did a dance. And they were like, well, she's going to get a technical. It's like, this is what we need.
Exactly. I think that is what makes women's basketball more exciting. That's what women's basketball needs. It's more engagement. 100%. Men's basketball, the NBA, they do all kind of celebrations. Allen Iverson walked over a person, and people praise Allen Iverson for, walking over somebody in a game. And so when women do it, it's different. So I just think, I think it's great for the game, being competitive. More people are going to watch it. And I think women's basketball is on the rise now.
100%. And the way that I look at it is, look, you're entitled to your opinion and the way that it makes you feel if she went out of her way to go do that to Caitlin Clark. No doubt. All right, cool. You didn't like it? No worries. But to call someone classless or bad sportsmanship, trashy, ghetto, whatever the words are that people were using, right, to me is bullshit. Because that's just one person's subjective opinion of it. I loved it. I wanted her to do more, right? That's one person's opinion too, right? So it's like, hold your tongue and don't use words that are just so aggressive, right?
Exactly.
Just give me your opinion of like, damn, I didn't think she needed to do that. Cool, I can respect that. I can see that perspective. But to call somebody names and appropriate like a whole team and community like that, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing that I think rubbed me the wrong way. And the reason that I love it is like what you said. It's great for the game of basketball. I was locked in every game this year because I was waiting for Angel to do all this stuff. I was waiting for her to celebrate or tell somebody that she was too little for him. And you know the same way that I was when Pat Beverly and LeBron were doing it a week ago.
Exactly. Draymond Green, he always, you know, talking trash. I can name a
ESPN
lot of,
loves it.
Yes, a lot of players. So
I wrote a whole article about it. It bothered me. I'm like, I was locked in on the LeBron Pat Bev drama because I'm like, I want to see how LeBron reacts. I want to see what Pat Beverly does, right? That's what makes sports fun. Personalities, let it come out.
With the baby.
Exactly.
I mean, everybody just got their own signature style in what they play. So
that's what I just think, and just like anything else, right? Like when people are groundbreaking and doing things, it's always going to cause a little friction. There's always going to be a little tension. But when we fast forward 15 years from now and everybody's doing this in women's basketball, we're going to be like, oh, okay, she was just a trendsetter. She was just a innovator, right? That disrupted things for a little while. So I thought it was great for the game. I think it's just great for entertainment, for the value of that. And I think the numbers don't lie, right? 9.9 million people tuned in for that game.
They don't lie. They don't lie.
All right, so what's next for you? We going pro? How's this work? You're a senior, right?
Yep, I'm going pro. I declared.
Did you?
You're the only person I told. So
what? I'm the only one?
Yeah, a few people.
Okay.
So yeah,
well, congratulations.
I got my agent. So we're working on a couple things, and not only do I want to be, you know, a pro basketball player. I love basketball, but I also have like an entrepreneurship mindset. So you know, I want to own my own businesses, do real estate, short-term rentals. You know, get vending machines. I just have a mind of, you know, making money and helping people that I love out. So, and, you know, helping the community. I want to give back to Memphis, my hometown.
Yes.
So, not only am I going to be an athlete, but I'm going to be an entrepreneur and a very successful person in life.
No doubt. I mean, just hearing you say that, I'm like, all right, I just want to hear you keep talking. Let's go. I think that's hella inspiring. You said you're 22?
Yeah.
That's a great mindset to have. I love that. I wish more players and people saw the world the way you did too. So, I mean, I know you're going to kill it just from just your mindset, your vision, the way that you just articulated that. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
How are you going to have you thought about this? You might not have, but how are you going to use this moment to kind of capitalize, you know, on those things going forward?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the icing on the cake. I was already going to do all the stuff that I had planned out in my mind. So, you know, with me, you know, having the game that I had and, you know, being at LSU, I think it was just the icing on the cake. And now I have a lot of eyes looking at me. And, you know, celebrities DMing me.
Yep.
J.R. Smith DM me talking about great game and just, you know, a whole bunch of celebrities. And so, yeah, you know, people call me LSU Ice Spice because my hair. So I think that's marketable too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just have a lot of ideas and stuff that I want to do.
That's really cool. Yeah. If you ever need any help with it, we'd love to do that. You know, Cards and Culture, we've done NIL deals. We like to. I'm working with 2 former LSU beach volleyball players that are getting ready to go pursue the Olympics in 2 years and things like that. We're helping them with clothing and things. But again, I appreciate greatness. I appreciate things that people do well. And again, even if it's not anything with Cards and Culture, if you need advice, or you know, connections or anything like that, I would love to help you out. And you're absolutely right. I think you need to capitalize on this. There's a lot of people reaching out to you. Your name is popular right now. You're floating around social media. Leverage that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time. And this is what life's about, right? You have an opportunity to leverage that right now. And it's probably going to be, this is up there in the world of things that you can accomplish. So,
yeah. So definitely take it and run with it. So, yeah.
I love it.
It's great. Everything meant to be. So
absolutely.
I'm gonna be great.
You're going to kill it. I know you are. What else? Any other cool stories that are like, I mean, I didn't even think about that, but any other people that you're allowed to drop the names of that reached out to you, messaged you that you're like, damn, this is so surreal from like this moment?
Zion Williamson, he followed me on Twitter.
Let's go. That's dope.
Yeah. Who else? Gabrielle Union posted posted me along with, well, it was a picture with me, Angel, and Poa on it, but she still posted me.
Yeah.
So Gabrielle Union, who else? The mayor of Atlanta, she messaged me on Instagram.
That's hella dope.
A lot of rappers.
Just showing love, just being like, damn, it's dope. I support. That's awesome. That's so good.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson, he liked one of my tweets. Robert Griffin III, he tweeted me out.
I saw that post, and he was like hella big on like, yo, let's stop talking about this. Let's talk about this performance of Jazz. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, he's right. That's dope.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
So like, I just got to look at my phone. I still have a lot of messages and DMs.
When you walked in here and you were on your phone, I'm like, she probably not even caught up on half the shit that's coming through her phone right now.
Yeah, I'm not. You know, a lot of people want to do, I'm going to be represented in Memphis at the Grizzlies game. Yep, sitting courtside.
Casual.
State representatives want to, I think I'm going to get the keys to the city.
I was just going to say, you're definitely getting the key to the city.
Yeah, in Memphis. So, yeah, Memphis showing me a lot of love. I can't wait to get back. And I think they're going to throw me like a party in Memphis. Everything. Penny Hardaway, I knew Penny before here, but he texted me. He was like, when you get in Memphis, you know, call me. We can, you know, put something together.
Good for you. That's that's incredible. You deserve all that. It sounds amazing. I mean, like, this is just the beginning. So we won a national championship. There wasn't phones and social media as much. I mean, we had Facebook and stuff like that, but it was 2009. So this was before the maturity of social media and things like that. So the amount of people that are probably able to reach out to you right now and network with, this is just going to be a prime time of your life, like, for real. So,
I know it's great.
Good things happen to good people. Again, we've only spent 20, 30 minutes together, but I've heard great things from a lot of people within the program. And you know, obviously your performance spoke for itself on Sunday. That congratulations on everything. And like I said, if Cards and Culture can help at all, if I can help at all, if there's anything you ever need, you have my information now. I'd be happy to be a resource for you. But please enjoy all of this. Go live it up. I don't want to steal too much more of your time. These are going to be the best couple of days of your life. Not in your life, but, you know, to this point, will probably be up there for you. So,
well, thank you for having me, and you know, definitely keep in touch, and I'm gonna probably get some out of this shop. I love all the clothes.
If you ever need anything, and we have a really cool designer. She's probably about to show up here. She's started her own little clothing line over there too. And my boy Brandon Paris, he's the one that made those Wolves tees too. So again, we're not an apparel company, but again, we're talking about giving people opportunity. Maya is 19 years old, chemical engineer at LSU, and she's a part-time employee here, but she had a little side hustle of clothes, and so I'm trying to help facilitate that with her. We're going to do a pop-up here in the middle of the month. But yeah, we do cool stuff like that to try to tell people's story, and that's kind of my MO with the podcast is I appreciate greatness. I see people accomplish great things, and I want to tell people how they did it and where to find them and give them. I'm going to give you a bunch of clips from this too, so if you want to post it on social, just to let people know what you're doing and more about yourself, who you love and support, right? Like, I think that's a big thing is, you know, when people accomplish things, they want to show love and gratitude for a lot of people, and this is a cool opportunity for people to post it on social media. So I appreciate everything that you did and taking the time and all that. Please enjoy the rest of the celebration. Enjoy the shit out of the parade tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.